Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks. If I could do a little bit better on the coloration, I think it would look maybe even a little bit cooler and do some shadowing. But if you'll take a screenshot of that right there, that's all you need. Now we're going to start with a six-sided polygon. And I'm going to hit P, put it at the center of the page. Doesn't really matter what size. But then I want to go from corner to corner. And there's probably another way you could do this. But I like doing it this way, and then Control G to group that, Control D to duplicate it, and get this node right here and move it to there. Hit the plus key and get this node over here and go to there. Now you just got to use your imagination of this, almost like a red cross. If you will take your virtual segment delete key and hold down your Alt key, you can swipe through there and swipe through here. And you want to get rid of these lines that we didn't really need to put. Whoop. We could have done it with just a cube, I think. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. Don't really have to, and let's just use red. And so there's three objects. Got three objects selected. I'm going to group them together. I'm going to Control D to make a duplicate and move the center rotation to that center of the cube and rotate it 120 degrees. And then Control D, and look at that. That's really all you need. Now I'm going to go ahead and ungroup it all just so we can fill in some spots. So if you wanted different colors, so let's take this cross and hold down the shift key and grab that section, and that section, and make it red. Okay? Maybe not so much. Well, I've colored this whole thing in red. That's what the kind of the problem. So now I'm going to grab that one, hold down the shift and grab that one, and that one. While holding down the control button, I'm going to add a little black, make a little. So I must have this grouped together. Yep. See, there's the problem. So let me take away the fill, and I'll have to just fill this in one at a time and then change it. And so I need to make this red. And so I'm going to use the color eyedropper and take a sample there and put it there. And then I actually need this one, take a sample and make that brown. So now I've got almost the same thing. The cross, two browns, the cross, three browns, because you can see three, the yellow, the orange cross. So I'm going to change it up a little bit just so we can maybe make it really pop. So I'm going to hold down the shift key and grab those four items. I'm going to make them yellow. Yeah. Hold down, while you still got them, hold down the control button and add a little darkness to it. Well, I didn't have them selected anymore. So that might be a good idea. So I'm going to shift select those four items and then hold down the control button and add a little darkness. You know what? I'm just going to make them black. Well, that didn't do anything for me. Let's make them green. And, the first one, I would just change the color of the tint. And that's probably what I ought to do. It's just, tell you what, let's do this. Let's take the red and use the color eyedropper. And this is to make everything red. Every square. And then, so that's going to be red. We're going to take this one, hold down the shift, take this one, and hold down the control and add some black. Boy, you would think it wouldn't be so brown looking. There we go, make it a little darker. And then on this one, hold down the shift, select those three from that direction. And let's hold down the control key and make them a little lighter. That don't look too bad. Yeah, it does. But if you'll take a screenshot of that right there, that's all you need. That gives you the X and your turning radius. So I still like my first one best, and I didn't spend a lot of time on it. And you could realistically make your line a little thicker and make it kind of stand out. And like I said, you could, well, if you look at it, this cube looks like it's going in. If you kind of back up, it looks like it's popping out. You could put some little shadowing, down there. Anyway, I hope that just gave you an idea or two, and thank you for watching.